What up, baby? You already know who it is. It is the one and only Mr. Vega the Messiah on the down for honest assholes. Man, I'm trying to tell y'all the platform is getting bigger and bigger. I'm proud of it. I just love what we got going on here. Shout out to the team, Big Mizzle, D Nut, Eugene O'Neal, and especially want to give y'all a good thanks, man, because y'all already know what this platform means to me. I've been growing it for the past 5 years. I'm not where I want to be just yet, but I've been seeing all types of good feedbacks, tapping in with a whole lot of celebrities, famous people, whatever you want to call it. But just know, man, the Messiah's out here killing it. That's what I'm going to do. You already know. So with that being said, tonight, Moment with the Messiah. This is my baby, my platform where I just interview the best of the best. If they on this show, that means I admire you or I grew up with your music, your work, or whatever. But just know, if you're on this platform, I really rock with you. So that's why I want to give everybody a special shout out there, man, for just being tuned in to the Moment with the Messiah specifically, because this is my favorite segment of Honest Assholes, because I get to be me and I get to talk to people and interact with them, and it's all love. So without further ado, I gotta make sure I give my guy the proper introduction. Now, when you think of impactful groups in hip hop, when you think of impactful groups that come out of Atlanta, Georgia, when you think about impactful groups that just had their own lane when they hit the scene, mind you, this man hit the scene in 1995. I was 10 years old. 10 years old. I'm 41 now, but I was 10 years old when I first heard this dude along with his group, the world famous Goodie Mob. Man. So without further ado, please welcome the one and only representing Atlanta, Georgia, Goodie Mob's own. Shout out to the Dungeon family, the one and only, my guy Khujo Goodie. What up, bro?
Yeah. What's happening, West Coast? What's up, Messiah? What it do? What it do?
Man, bro, I'm good, my G. I'm glad you here on the platform, bro. Like I said, man, I gotta give you I'm here to give you your flowers, your respect for the impact not only did you have on me growing up, but just the culture, your city, everything. Cause 1995 was a good year for music,
Yeah, it
bro,
was.
and that was when Soul Food hit the scene, my G.
Yes,
Debut
sir.
album of Goodie Mob, You,
For
Big
sure.
Gipp, Timo, CeeLo Green, the
Yeah,
second
bro.
group to come after OutKast out of the infamous Dungeon family.
Say that. Say that. Say that,
Shout
man.
out to Organized Noise, baby. One of the
Yes.
illest
Yes.
producers that's ahead of their time.
Believe
So
that.
I'm glad you're here.
Believe
So
that.
for my first question, bro, how's Khujo feeling today? My G, how you doing on this Wednesday, brother?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. It's a beautiful day, man, in Atlanta, Georgia, man. Skies are blue. You know what I'm saying? All sunny weather, man, about 70 some degrees, man. It's a great day to have a great day, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to, man, all my fans out there, man, that's been holding us down, man, since 1995. You know what I'm saying? And we definitely love the West Coast, man. The West Coast, man, they loved us, man. That's like one of our biggest markets, man. And I just when it was time to go to the West Coast, man, I was ready to go. I love that, man. I love that.
That is a fact. Like that is a real life fact because you guys, along with Outkast, y'all always show love to the West Coast. Man, every interview Big Gipp does, man, he's always put praise and Pac, especially over Jay-Z, but
Oh
he's
man, hey.
always showing love to the West Coast. And in fact, that's how me and you got tapped in. Shout out to the Queen, Miss Toy.
Oh yeah, Miss Toy.
You know
Shout
what
out to
I'm
Miss Toy.
saying?
Hell yeah,
And
we got some joints together, man. So yeah, shout out to
yes,
my warrior, man. She definitely got them definitely put me on deck with you, bro. I appreciate that.
thank you, man. Hey, I appreciate you, man, because like she's very solid. I support her. She already know what it is. So for the fact that I got Mr. Khujo right here, and again, y'all been tapped in with the West Coast, bro. I don't know if this
Sure.
is fake or not, but I I want to say because I knew this interview was coming, and I don't know if they got satellites or something out there, bro. But I think they just something. It just knew that I had you coming on the show because on my shuffle on my cell phone, I got about over 4,000 songs that comes
Yeah,
up. But there was a
yeah.
song that you recorded with Corrupt about this was like 15 years ago.
Oh yeah,
It was they said Goodie Mob, but it was really just you and Timo because Gipp wasn't on there or but it was Corrupt and Fozzie J Wells. The
yeah,
hook the
yeah.
hook was like, girl, tell me what you get it,
Yo,
rock with
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Tell me what
Rock
you
with it.
get it.
Yeah,
I was like, and then your
yeah,
verse at the end,
yeah, yeah,
hotter than the sun. I was like, hey man,
yeah,
I'm finna interview my
yeah.
guy, man. So
Shout out to Corrupt, man. Shout out to Bonzi. You know what I mean? That's my guy, man. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy, man.
yeah, bro. Because at the end of the day, man,
Jay
like it's
Wells, Jay Wells, my guy. That's my guy.
yeah, yeah. So you've always been tapped in with the West Coast. Hell, Organized Noise produced on Corrupt first and second album. So you
Of
got y'all have
course.
always been tapped in with the West Coast. So I'm glad you're here. But
Family,
without
family.
further ado, my brother, again, thank you for coming out. So let's get up in this thing called Moment with the Messiah. You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
crack it.
So my first question, bro. Now coming out of Atlanta, what did the city feel like before the world started paying attention to the sound that y'all were creating?
Um, it was still plenty of people that was bubbling in Atlanta, man. You know what I'm saying? Before we dropped, you know what I'm saying? I gotta give shouts out to my OG, which is Mojo. He was like the first MC to come out of Atlanta, Georgia, man, around by like 81, like 82. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to MC Shy D that came out like, you know what I'm saying, after him. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like when that's kind of like when we started bubbling down here in Atlanta, but the music was different. You know what I'm saying? Mojo had the type of music that you can dance to, and Shadi came in from New York and kind of settled in East Atlanta, and kind of, you know what I'm saying, did what he did with the up tempo type music. But yeah, I definitely got to give it up to people like Crisscross, you know what I'm saying? Those my
That's some
little partners,
facts.
man, that definitely started doing some things, man. They had the whole world with the clothes turned the other way and had the whole world jumping, had Michael Jackson jumping, all that good type of
Facts.
stuff, man. So definitely got to give it up to them and like people like Kilo Ali and Sammy Sam, you know what I'm saying? And the hard boys, they and Big Oop Cap. So, these people were independent before, you know what I'm saying, before we drop. And so I just got to shout out to LA Reid and LaFace Records, man. That was the record label that Goodie Mob and OutKast was on. And
Facts.
if it wasn't for that major record label, you know what I'm saying, the whole world wouldn't hear us. But like I said, A Town was bubbling, man. It was bubbling. We was kind of like on some of the Miami bass type music, man. You know what I'm saying? But we was just on some club type music and some dance type music. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's people say that Atlanta's not hip hop. That's a damn lie. You know what I'm saying? Because
Man.
we had all them elements, man. We had the dancing, we had the MC, and we had the DJs down here, man. And hell, we had graffiti and all that good stuff. So you know what I'm saying. But shout out to my big cousins and them up in New York, man, for you know what I'm saying making the music the way it was, just to have somebody like us to kind of like build on another man's foundation. You know what I'm saying?
And just to touch on what you were saying, you know how you said when people said Atlanta was not hip hop, like yeah, that is a damn lie because man, uh, you had East Coast cats coming to rock with
Right,
Atlanta artists. You know, Jermaine
right.
Dupri was one of the people who opened that door.
Yeah,
You know
shout
what I'm
out to Jermaine
saying?
Dupri for sure, for sure, for
But
sure.
again, man, Atlanta, man, at that time, I mind you, bro, this is what 94, 95. I'm 9 years old, 10 years old, so I see it.
Right.
I see what was going. So that goes along with this next question. At what point, like when y'all first hit the scene, when Goodie Mob, you and Goodie Mob, when y'all first hit the scene, when did you realize that this wasn't just a local movement? This was going to be something that can really change hip hop.
Man, I think when when we was doing cell therapy, you know what I'm saying? Cell therapy was not a club song, you know what I'm saying? It was not a dance song. It was just something totally different. So when we did cell therapy and we first heard it on the radio, you know what I'm saying? They just kept playing that shit back to back. You know what I mean? It was crazy, but it really didn't hit me until we started traveling outside of Georgia. You know what I mean? Going up to New York and going to California and going all over the world, and people hearing it because they wasn't expecting this type of funk coming from Atlanta since they heard OutKast. That's what really when Atlanta really got on the map globally. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
really kind of respectable. You know what I mean? Not saying the others weren't respectable like that, but really like okay, shit, it's some real ass goddamn cats down there. They're not some kids. They some, you know what I'm saying, they some grown ass, you know what I'm saying, young men down here. So
The
once we
South got
started,
something to say.
exactly, man, exactly. So once we started going up there, man, doing shows at the Apollo, you know what I mean, and just letting people know that, man, you know what I'm saying, Goodie Mob was real and that, you know what I'm saying, we know a little something down here. That's kind of when I knew it was something real, man. When you get on that road and you performing the music that you don't record it, man, that's when you know it's real because you're gonna get the real from the audience, man. They're gonna really show you what they feel about your music.
That is a fact. I'm telling you
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
That is a super fact. Now,
yeah.
not only are you a part of the Goody Mob group, one of the most iconic groups in Atlanta,
Yes, sir.
but
Yes, sir.
being a part of the Dungeon family, the infamous
Whew.
Dungeon family. So I gotta
Mm-mm.
ask this question, bro.
Mm.
What made that environment different from anything else in music at that time? Because, like I said, man, y'all came in, the Dungeon family came in with y'all and Outkast. Not to mention all
Yeah.
the other artists that I had, Cool
Oh
Breeze.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh
know.
yeah.
I remember.
Oh
I
yeah.
remember.
Man, Dungeon Family was special, man, because we was from all different sides of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? You had people from East Point, you had people from Decatur, you had people from Northwest Atlanta, you had people from Southwest Atlanta, man. And
Caleb
the thing
Park.
ab- and the thing about it, man, we was all there for one cause, bro, and that was to represent, what I'm saying, represent Atlanta. All us was on the same page about, man, shit, without saying so, but we finna make the world, what I'm saying, respect what's coming out of Georgia. Let's put it like that. You know what I mean? And I definitely got to shout out my dog, Pastor Troy, too, for making his movement. But with the Dungeon family, we was just so deep. Man, everybody had talent. You know what I'm saying? Everybody brought some to the table, man, especially on that Southern playlist, the Cadillac music with OutKast, and
Yep.
then coming back with Goodie Mob, and you got Big Boy, you got Andre on now, you got Cool Breeze, and we introducing Wish Doctor, we introducing Backbone.
Slim
You know what I'm saying?
Calhoun.
Slim Calhoun. So it kept coming. You know what I mean? It was overflowing with stuff. So a lot of people talk about we like the Wu Tang of the South, man. And like I think we might just be a little bit deeper. You know what I'm saying? With a little
Man,
bit more, you know
man.
what I'm saying, ammo, a little bit more arson with us. You know what I mean? But it was great, man. Dealing with Rico Wade. You know what I'm saying? Sleepy Brown, Ray Murray, Big Rube. Man, it was just, man. We just, like I said, all of us had one common goal, and that was to be the best that we could be, man, to represent Atlanta, Georgia.
And guess what? Y'all did that, bro. Because again, we
Put
talking
it
90,
down.
we talking 94,
Yeah,
95,
yeah,
96.
yeah, yeah,
Y'all came,
yeah.
and we gonna get into 98, but it goes with this next question because I want you to continue this wave with the Dungeon family that y'all
Yeah,
came
yeah.
up around. Now, the media, especially at that time, they said that y'all were the second wave after Outkast. So
Hmm.
did it feel like pressure or did it feel like momentum in your
Oh
own
man, it
words?
was, it was momentum, man. I mean, it wasn't no pressure. It wasn't no pressure at all because what I'm saying, Outkast was who they were. They were like Southern playalistic Cadillac music. You talk about Goodie Mob, we were Southern realistic Chevrolet Cadillac music. You know what I mean? So
I like
when you
that.
talking Cadillac and you talking Chevy, you talking about two different types of people. You know what I'm saying? But they still players, but they players and G's. You feel what I'm saying? So that's kind of like I could put like who Goodie Mob, where we were players and we was like G's. You know what I'm saying? Because we was the older brothers of OutKast, number one. And you know what I'm saying, when OutKast was doing their album, they was around us. So they was soaking up things from us, man, and they was implemented in their music. And we just actually just vibed off of each other, man. So it was never no pressure, man. It was like, man, like next man up, you know what I'm saying, to represent. And man, Soul Food was just a fitting title for it, man, because even if you're not from the South, you know what the hell soul food is. You know what I mean? Soul food is
Facts.
it's gonna fill
Facts.
you up, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna sit on you for a minute, and that's what that soul food album was. It was a big ass plate of soul food. It got you full, and it just it was it's gonna keep you full for a minute until you know what I'm saying, till you digest it and you come back and jump back on it and you tasting different shit. You know what I'm saying? Not from you tasting some more stuff like, damn, I thought this would. Oh man, you hearing something new every time you put that record on. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Like Dre said, the South got something to say, and then right after he said that, Goodie Mob, we were right. We was ready.
Right
We was
there.
next up.
Yep.
We
Yep.
was next up.
That's a fact, my G. And again, man,
Yeah.
shout out to that, man, that whole movement at the time. Just I got to see
Oh
all that
yeah.
shit. I got to see
Oh
all
yeah.
that shit, man.
Oh
So
yeah. I
I'm
mean, you
proud
know
of
what I'm
my
saying? Yeah,
era.
you grew up with that thing, man. As a young G, man, you
Yes.
definitely was observant, and
Yes. I
man, you
got
you
to
checked out
see.
everything. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
yeah, that's real. That's real.
So what was the chemistry like between you, CeeLo Green, Big Gipp, T-Mo?
Hmm.
Like, what was that chemistry like, bro?
Man, the chemistry was we said it that we were food on the plate. I was like the meat on the plate. You feel what I'm saying? Timo was like the bread on the plate. Gip was like the vegetables on the plate. And CeeLo was like whatever you gonna drink with your meal. You feel what I'm saying? So that's kind of like how the vibe went, man. We labeled ourselves from foods, you know what I'm saying? So let's say like with me, with the meat, you can have a well done steak. You can have that bitch medium rare. You can have that bitch pink in the middle, brown on the outside. I mean, you can have it raw, you know what I'm saying, with blood oozing out of it. So once we pattern ourselves around that, man, we kind of figured out, you know what I'm saying, how we wanted to approach people like with interviews and how we wanted to, you know what I'm saying, describe what we were. But the chemistry was crazy, man, because we all knew each other. You know what I'm saying? Me and Timo, we the Goodie Mob godfathers. We the one that came up with Goodie Mob. That was actually our baby. But since we was cool with Big Gipp and we was cool with CeeLo, when it was time to come out, instead of everybody coming out different at different times, we all came out at the same time so the whole world would know who the hell we were, and the groundwork was already laid. So when people wanted to go out and do solo things, it's already out there. People know who the hell you are. They know what you're about. All you got to do is just expound on, you know what I'm saying, on you as a solo artist.
Man. And you can tell the chemistry was there too, bro. Like
Oh yeah.
when you watch peeping in my window like that, the
That's
moment
cell
when that
therapy.
man, and at the time, man, like I said, y'all was on y'all rugged shit, bro. You had the
Oh
first verse.
yeah.
My dude had the shirt off. Like, yeah, I came in this. You know what I'm saying? But it was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
so. Do you feel that at that time, did any of y'all ever feel, or did you ever feel like at a time that Goody Mob has something to prove right after Outkast, or do y'all feel like y'all were locked into your own lane?
Yeah, I think that we were locked into our own lane because we had already proved it from the Get Up, Get Out, and Get Something on Southern Playlist, the Cadillac Music. You know what I'm saying, with Big Gipp and CeeLo. They was already on there. That was one of the singles off
Yeah.
one of the singers off of that album.
Yep.
You feel me? And then me and Timo was on Call of the Wild, you know what I'm saying, on the record with Big Boy and with Dre. You feel what I'm saying? So we had already proved that, man, shit, we definitely good enough to goddamn go around going back to back with Big and Dre. So shit, all we gotta do is just be ready for the season. Just be ready for the next wave, which was soul food. So yeah, we had already been groomed and everything, man. It was just this was our lane. Our lane was Big Brother type shit. You know what I mean? That's why you
Yeah.
heard songs like Cell Therapy. You know what I mean? You heard songs like Soul Food. You feel me? You heard songs like Thought Process. You know what I'm saying? Those are the type of Big Brother grown men type songs. So we had already had our lane. We couldn't come out player like OutKast because that had already been done. So all we did was just
And we experience some technical difficulties, Mr. Khujo? I think bro lost his his connection. We gonna bring him back 1 second, man. Hopefully he can fix that. But again, man, y'all, I hope y'all been paying attention to this interview, man. Like this dude has really been dropping game, like dropping real life game about the history of Goodie Mob because again, Goodie Mob was the second crew to come after OutKast, and to have them dudes come out here like that the way that they did, it was dope. You still you still there, Khujo, bro? You know what I'm saying? He'll be back soon. Messiah gonna keep holding it down. So for those of y'all that don't know what it is, Goodie Mob is a southern rap group from Atlanta, Georgia. The group consists of CeeLo Green, Big Gipp, Timo, and my guy Khujo. And when I tell y'all, you just had to be there. You had to be there to witness the impact that they had on the industry, man. Because oh my lord. So I think my guy is back, man. Let's bring him back to the stage. You know what I'm
we back
saying?
in here. My bad, man.
Yeah.
My bad. My phone wrong on me. We good.
I'm good, brother. I still held it down, man. So
Yes,
but
sir.
yeah, I was letting them know, man. Like I hope they were paying attention to this game that you've been dropping, my brother, because now this question. Now I'm just gonna bring this up for fun. This ain't even part of the real one of my questions because I gotta let you know this right now because me and my partner was talking about this. As much as I love Soul Food, bro. Like that album, cause like I said, I was 10 years old when Soul Food
Yeah.
came out. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that was the innocent album right there. That was innocent.
But like I said, shout out to Gipp, CeeLo, Timo, and you. So I say this with truthfulness. But my favorite Goodie Mob album was still motherfucking standing, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all, man.
Yeah,
Listen,
still
now
standing was unapologetic, bro.
I'm older at this time, cause how I
Hmm.
felt. I'm gonna put it to you like this: that album came out in 1998. Cause remember I said
Yep.
earlier, you had 94 OutKast, 95 Goodie Mob, 96
Mm.
OutKast's second album,
Yep.
and then 90 hit come. Y'all chilled in 97, but
Yeah, we was on tour. We was
y'all
on tour.
both came in 98. Y'all came the
Hmm.
first half of
Hmm.
98, and then they came with Equimini.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, yeah.
Still Standing came out when I was in seventh grade because that was the first half, and then that summer, that fall, Equimini came out. But when I tell you that Still Standing, bro, that album right there, I'm trying to tell you,
Solid.
my G, I'm gonna say, and to me, lyrically, y'all
Yeah.
niggas was on a whole nother level, bro. Even like, cause even with I
Wow.
still remember the first single. The first single, people don't dance no more. All they do
All they
is
do is
this. All
this.
they do
Wow.
is this. All they knew was
Wow.
it. John Witherspoon was in the video. CeeLo Green had the little big head. Come on, bro. I know
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
I know this hip hop shit. I'm telling you, I'm a
yeah.
fan.
We shot that video in California.
Yeah,
We shot the
yeah.
video in LA. We was in a damn near my first time coming out there, man. We was in an airplane hangar, and I had never seen a fucking set like that. I was like, God damn, this is where the shit is, man. That shit was, it was crazy, man. It was
Yeah,
had fun, boy. That was something, like I said, every time coming to LA, man, always had a good ass time, especially when we came to work for sure.
man. That, yeah, man, that album right there. Because at that time of my life, bro, I was getting ready to be a teenager. I was getting ready to be. I turned a teenager. That I was 13. So as far as hip hop, I was all over
Yeah,
it. Because when I
yeah,
was listening to when y'all first album came out in '95, I was 10 years old. Mind you, bro, I was still on that West Coast wave, bro. At that time,
yeah,
you couldn't
yeah,
if it wasn't
yeah.
West Coast, bro.
I
I
know.
wasn't checking for too much of it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
but when '96 got here, bro, that's when I expanded my whole horizon because I was already tapped in with y'all, Goodie Mob, Biggie Smalls. Like I had opened my eyes, my ears for hip hop. But by the time 1998, which is arguably one of the best hip hop years in history, by the
Okay,
time
okay,
by the time 1998 came, oh bro, I was a hip hop student of the game. So everything that
man.
was dropping, like as far as on the lyrical tip and all, I was checking for. It. And y'all, man,
Yeah,
come on, man,
yeah.
distant wilderness,
That was
gutter
crazy,
butter, come
right?
on, man,
That was crazy,
y'all was out here. So that album right
man.
there, bro, y'all was in y'all bag with that one, and lyrically, y'all was on a whole another level. So I gotta ask you, bro, what was the process like for recording the second album, bro?
Man,
Still standing.
still standing was like, it was like a runaway slave vibe to me. You know what I'm saying? Chains broke. You know what I'm saying? Gloves off, because, like I said, soul food was like a stage of innocency on that album. You know what I'm saying? We was first coming out. You know what I mean? We was really just, you know what I'm saying, trying to put the hood on the map. You know what I mean? Is just trying to, you know what I'm saying, let people know that, you know what I'm saying, there was some lyricists down here in the South.
Oh yeah,
When we did goddamn Still Standing, man, fucking with Organized Noise, man, they just was just in that bag was just a whole different type of music, whole different type vibe, you know what I'm saying? Because we couldn't duplicate another soul food album, you know what I mean? And hell, they couldn't, and OutKast couldn't duplicate another Southern playalistic Cadillac music. So all of us, production wise and lyric wise, we was growing. You know what I mean? We was out on the road. You know what I'm saying? So we had some experiences out on the road. So we just meshed all that shit together, and man, we just really was. We was some really sharp ass young Southern brothers. Man, really. I mean,
man.
we grew up off of this, off listening to West Coast, you know what I'm saying, the East Coast, you know what I'm saying, the South Coast, you know what I'm saying. We listened to a lot of music, man. I remember, man, just going to the record stores, man, just buying all type of cassette tapes, man. I mean,
Man,
all type of artists, man, and we was listening to all that shit and just really soaking that shit up, man. And we grew as lyricists in that, man. And you're
it
right, man.
showed.
Songs like Distant Wilderness, man. Man, I mean, come on,
Yeah,
man. I mean,
yeah, man.
Craig Gutter Butter, like you said, man. I mean, I refuse limitations, man. The nigga experience, you know what I mean? We was just off the chain, runaway slaves off the chain on that one, man. It was like, because shit, on the first album, we was like, we didn't even know what we could and what we could not say. So we was just kind of like walking on eggshells at the time. But hell, once we got off, because we knew the sophomore album was gonna be, that's gonna be the one to see if you could do it again. You know what I mean? To really see if you was like a one hit wonder or not, man. So yeah, still standing. That was a crazy record, man. I mean, out in LA, man, I think remember meeting Cypress Hill for the first time coming out that way. Just an experience, man. Just really just being experienced and being able to see some things, man, and going through life. We was able to consolidate all that shit in the music, man, and relay that.
Yeah, and again, like lyrically, y'all niggas was on a whole another level, bro.
Yeah,
Like
we
I
was
said,
writing that
man,
shit, bro. That shit was we was writing. We wasn't going in the studio freestyling or man, we was putting that shit on paper, bro.
yeah,
It's different to when you doing some shit off of a piece of paper and then just going in there and just freestyling some shit that you remember. But nah, that yeah, we wrote that shit, bro. All that shit was my shit. I wrote all my shit on that. Everything,
and
bro.
yeah, and I can tell, bro. And um, I just only thing I kind of wanted, cause like I said, I was a young dude and I was a fan of all four of y'all. But
Right,
I really wanted y'all. I wanted y'all to have more. Y'all to have a verse on motherfucking Black Ice. Cause I love touch what I never
yeah.
touched before, seen what I never seen. But at the same time, I appreciate it because OutKast came on and bodied it along with Gipp. You know what I'm saying? But
Right,
it was,
right,
but
right.
it's just that beat, bro. That
We
beat
got a
right there.
it's a remix out with all four of us on it.
Oh, word?
Yeah, you gotta look that up, man. If I come across it before you find it, man, I'll send it to you. But yeah, we have a
Man,
it's a remix with all four of us on that motherfucker, man. That shit is crazy.
cause that beat, man. Don't get me wrong.
Crazy.
Get had what 2 3 verses?
Yeah, that was actually gonna be I think like a solo for him or something. You know what I'm saying? For
Oh,
his record, and they just made that executive decision, man, to put Big and Dre on there, man. And that shit was to
it
this day,
went.
man. That shit
That
is
video
crazy.
was the bit
Yeah,
like,
that
cause
video is crazy.
yeah, cause honestly, man, like you know what I'm saying, I check for certain things like the message. Like, yeah, it was some funny things in the video, but you gotta understand the message that it was pursuing. Y'all was in there living with the white people and shit
That shit was
and
crazy,
all
man.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
That
but
shit was
y'all,
dope,
it just
man.
showed the creativity, bro. So,
Right, right. You know, back then people they was putting thought in the videos back then. You know
yeah,
what I
they was.
mean?
That's a fact.
They was
That's
putting
definitely a
thought in the
fact.
video, bro. So yeah, shout out to Mr. DJ for
Yeah, he was
producing
on
the
that
record.
beat.
You know what I
Yep.
mean? He was definitely
Yeah.
on the beat and did his damn thing, man.
And by the time World Party came, I feel like at that time y'all were already solidified, like bro. Because when y'all dropped "Get Rich" to this, like I said, my favorite part on that "Get Rich" to this song was when you and Gipp was going back and forth. Like I couldn't like y'all was going going back and forth. Hey, get me a blue, catch me
Originally
outside, my catch me the blues. Hey,
we wasn't even on that. We wasn't even on the song until Shanti Doll. She was one of the A&Rs up at LaFace. She was like, man, where Gipp and Khujo at? Why y'all not on there? Especially L.A. Reid. He was like, why they not on there, man? Because Backbone was his boy. L.A. Reid loved Backbone. But yeah, with World Party, man, we had them been over the world, man, several times, man. We done been to so many cities several times. So it's like we finally thought that people got the message. You got the message from Soul Food. You got the message from Still Standing. Like shit, now it's time, man, to just let our hair down, man, and just really focus on just have a good time because people didn't think that man we even went to clubs or we even had a good time. They just thought that we was just these militant brutes, you know what I'm saying, and then that didn't do nothing, man. But like but we still had gems on that record. I just think that a lot of people was just so used to hearing the first two albums. A lot of people didn't really give that record a chance, but man, that might be one of our best selling records
yeah,
right
I mean
now. You know what I mean?
it's undeniably is because you got to think about it. Like this is the year 2000.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
this is
right.
a wave where part like that Atlanta sound, because I don't have to tell you this, you was there. That Atlanta sound was starting to shift. Now you
Yeah,
got
it was
Yang Yang coming,
crazy.
you
Yep,
got Lil
yep.
Jon and them, you know what
Oh
I'm saying?
yeah,
Bone Crusher,
yeah,
like everybody getting
yes,
ready. Like y'all, that album
yes.
to me, that album,
Set it off.
and then yeah, because then that same year, another he's not from the Dungeon family, but he's real tapped in with y'all. That was the same year Ludacris came out.
Yes, man.
So we
Yes,
knew that
yes.
Atlanta was getting ready to go to a whole nother level. And
Right.
y'all knew that.
Yeah.
And it showed on that album.
See,
You
with
know what
that
I'm
record,
saying?
we had different producers on there too. Kanye West produced a song on that record. Uh,
What?
yeah, but yeah, I don't think
He wasn't known
it's
yet, huh?
it was called Rebuilding. The song called
Whoa, hold on,
Rebuilding. Yeah.
hold on. Yep, him and Derek D. Dot.
Yep. D Dot produced Chain Swing. That's when we went up to New York and was like, shit,
Man,
man, we're just gonna get some more vibes, man. And yeah, we had Organized Noise then produced that whole record. We got some more producers on that record, you know what I mean? Because we kind of wanted to just kind of like, what I'm saying, share the love or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? Just get different vibes and shit. So man, that's why we had that album World Party, man, just to let people know, man, shit, we done had a good time, man. And it's shit, it still wasn't really, we had one song about World Party, and that was the actual song World Party. Everything else, man, was shit, was just a whole nother level, man, that people hadn't heard us do, man.
yeah,
Heard us be on.
that's because it just showed the versatility of Goodie Mob.
Versatility, yeah,
That's
exactly.
all it was, bro, and
Exactly.
that's why y'all are a household name, and you've been doing your thing for the longest, bro. Like,
Mm,
like
mm.
even now, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't like to bring up the like negative stuff, but just to come back from your car accident
Oh
and
yeah,
everything that
yeah,
you went through, bro, like it's a
yeah,
blessing to have you
yeah.
here, man. And I really want to thank you for coming out, man. This has been a dope moment with the Messiah. I don't want to take up too much of your time, so I gotta
No, you
ask just
good?
this. So this is my last question, man. So Khujo,
Yeah.
does Khujo feel like he played his position and part, and now not only is he a household name, but does he feel like Goodie Mob is for sure one of the best hip hop groups to ever hit the scene, especially to come out of
Oh,
Atlanta?
I gotta say that, bro. Yeah, yeah, man. Yes, you gotta. When you mention music, hip hop coming out of the South, we can say the South. You gotta put us up there with. You gotta put us up there with UGK. You gotta put us up there with Ghetto
Ball,
Boys.
Ball and
You
J.
gotta put us up there with Ball and G. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And you gotta put us. You gotta throw us in that loop. You know what I'm saying? If you mention OutKast, you damn sure got to have us coming behind them. You got to. You know what I'm saying? But I see a lot of that going, a lot of that not happening, and especially in social media. You know what I mean? They just mention Outkast, which is great because they're a platinum selling group. Just got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The first album, Southern Playlist of Cadillac Music, was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And guess what? Goodie Mob was on that record.
and that
You
is a
feel what I'm saying?
fact.
So you got to put us in there. You feel what I'm saying? We was inducted in the Georgia Music Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? So I think that we can get up into that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame also.
I think y'all can too.
So
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Holla at the
yeah,
Messiah.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
my opinion matters. Because
yeah,
I
bro. So
definitely
yeah,
belong.
yeah. You got to throw us in that category when you talk about definitely pillars of hip hop. Just like when you go to the West Coast, you got to throw them people in there. You feel me? You go to the East Coast, you got to throw the forefathers up in there. So you damn well got to put our name in there somewhere amongst them greats that I just mentioned.
Man, you heard the man. So
Real
we got
talk.
30 seconds left, bro. Flood the internet. This is
Oh
your
yeah, for
moment. Let
sure.
everybody know what we got coming from Khujo, where we can find
Mhm.
Khujo music, bro. What you got
Already.
going on. Flood it.
Already. But look, I just dropped a new single, man, called Cooking with my Zone 4 partner Smokey Joe from Camilton Road, man, produced by Kojak. Man, y'all go smash that shit up, man. And you can stream it anywhere right now, man. Check that out. Video coming soon. Yeah, and check out my radio station, man. It's called Say Less Radio on fleetradionetwork.com. All I play is Dungeon Family bangers, and I got new music from Dungeon Family on there, man. So y'all check me out at Say Less Radio on fleetradionetwork.com. And check out my show, my podcast called Showtime ATL Podcast with DJ Poppy, man. It's on YouTube right now. We just finished interviewing Warren G not too
I
long
seen
ago,
that.
man. That's up, man. So y'all go check it out, man. Check out Timo's new single he just dropped called Where You At. Timo, Gipp, he got his new drink out called Zaga, man. THC drink, man. Y'all grab that, man. And Lo just dropped his shit with Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? With Nas Barker. So man, we active, bro.
Uh-oh.
We
Y'all,
active, bro.
y'all heard the big homie, man, and there you have it. I want to thank my guy, Khujo, for coming out.
Appreciate you, Messiah, for sure. For sure.
Man,
For
so
sure.
just if the Messiah needs you to come back for another visit, man, I
Yeah, let's
got you
do a
got me,
part
fam.
two. Yeah, let's do a part two. I got
You,
you. I
you
got you.
already know, baby. It's the one and only Mr. Vega, the Messiah, representing honest assholes. My guest, Khujo, representing Atlanta, Georgia, representing Goodie Mob, representing Dungeon Family, live streaming every Thursday, 7 p.m. It's the Messiah, baby. We out here. Let's get it.